Hello everyone, this is an apology video. I don't think I'm going to edit it, so I'll just talk and do this at the same time. So I had like a discussion in the comments last night, fairly heated, like a little bit heated I guess, with someone who follows me and said they usually like my content but I'd upset them. And I was reflecting on it last night. I slept for 3 hours last night because I was thinking about it a lot. And I think that sometimes I might come across like a dick. So I am sorry for that. And I wanted to explain the context of what I'm talking about. It's around the discussion of privilege in home education. And often when it's been, like I've done videos on my, like including my privilege. But I get that not everyone sees that. Sometimes they might just see one video and I need to take that into account. Because I think my videos can definitely come across like I'm discounting the financial aspect of home education, and I think I've been insensitive to that, and I want to say that I'm really sorry. I guess it might be useful to explain like my thought process around how I respond to the comments. Basically, sometimes people will comment like home education is only for privileged people and stuff like that. And my response generally has been, well, it used to be like, yes, but, and recently I've been sort of basically ignoring people and just being like, the school system's for privileged people. And I don't think that has actually been very helpful. It's come from like a good place, and I'll explain that now. But I think I've gone about it in the wrong way, which is why I'm apologising. So the reason that that's been my response lately is because I don't, like when I'm talking about home education or education being for privileged people, I'm actually not thinking about like myself, if that makes sense. So I'm like, the thought and the feeling that comes up in me when people say home education is only for rich people, or you've got to have 2-parent family and a working thing, I get scared. Actually, that's my feeling, because I don't want people who are in really like quite dangerous situations with their children, like their children are, you know, thinking of leaving this world because they're that distressed by school. I don't want people who are in not good financial situations to see that and think that home education is definitely not accessible to them. And that's my fear, is that when these comments are made, that it could literally be like endangering kids. And from my perspective, I get messages all the time saying my kid is ready to like check out of birth, sort of thing. And obviously there is no money in the world that is worth that. And I know people who have got into debt in order to remove their child from the school system, and I know people that have been homeless and still home educated. And so I guess that's where those thoughts have come from. It's a genuine place of like, I don't want anyone to get into such a desperate place with their child that they think, that money gets in the way of that. However, at the same time, I completely understand that there is a financial aspect to being able to home educate. I think this is often very like misperceived, because I think people think that home education in itself is expensive, whereas actually it's not at all. But there is obviously that element of being able to work around home education, and also I've been doing like online work and being self-employed for 12 years. And so I'm coming from a perspective of having all this history, I guess, and experience, which other people don't have. And I need to take that into account it's like frustrating for me, because I'm like, hey guys, like I have built stuff out of like nothing. And I mean like no money and no experience, literally just learned everything on Google. And so I want that for people, but I also understand that there's aspects to that which are not accessible for people, and also are really scary for people. And so and so I guess, and the reason I have made content about like accessible jobs, as in online jobs, more accessible jobs, and these are great in the home education community. A lot of there's disabled families who are working from home and finding that a really good fit for them. And I think one of the reasons I haven't made more of that content is because I do get so frustrated when people are like, this won't work. I find that mindset really frustrating. And I think because I used to be like that, and I want better for people. But I think I need to be more sensitive that it's not easy for people to even imagine the idea that they could do that. And again, for some people, that would be really difficult. So that's my apology, and hopefully you get that I wasn't coming from like a bad place. But I am really sorry if I upset anyone. That's absolutely not my intention ever.